Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Guys, I give the summary what we discussed in the last sessions. So, in the last session, we discussed about the basic thing like variable and data types. Data types, variable which is used to store the values, and their variable we can. There are two things you should learn in the variable declaration and variable initialization. Variable declaration meaning we need to specify what kind of a variable it is, meaning what kind of data it has to store. We need to specify the type of variable. Next, after that, we discussed about the data types. Data types meaning which is used to specify the type of data. Which is used to specify the type of data. Which is used to specify the type of the data, and the data types are generally there are divided into two types: primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types. Primitive data types meaning those all are fixed and those all are immutable and it can hold only single values. Okay, if you want to store the multiple values, then we can go with the non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data. So that I will show you the MS Word, and then we'll go and quickly revise. So these are the topics we discussed, like Java interaction, Java features, Java installation, Java program execution flow, Java program elements, Java program development, compilation, execution, translator, JVM architecture. I will revise one more time. So Java meaning Java is a programming language which is used to communicate to the mission. Normally, the people they will use it as a language as a military. Right? So similarly we can use, I would say, uh, Java program is a programming language and which is used to communicate to the mission. Okay, initially the name was Oak programming language, and in 1995 Oak programming language is renamed to Java, and Java is divided into three parts: J2SE, JSE, and J2EE and J2ME. Like in the if you tried with a job as a 4 years or 5 years of experience, so they will mention they will provide to you job description. So in that you can find out this terminology. And Java feature. Java is a simple syntax compared to C, C++, and Java is the platform independent, and it supports the OOP language, and it is the security. It will provide the security and multi-threading. It will support the multi-threading. And next, architectural neutral and portable, high performance, and distributed. Architectural neutral meaning, so compiler generate the bytecode and which have to nothing to with a particular architecture, and Java program easy to interpret on to any mission. Meaning we can write the Java programs in any file, and those Java programs you can convert into the dot class files. That dot class files you can run in any system. We can run in any system. Like how to download JDK software and how to install the JDK software, that we like simply can go with the Chrome's browser, and then you can look for the JDK 11 download, and then you can download JDK software, and then you can install in your local. So how to set up environment variables and all I explained in the previous videos. So if anyone like whoever is joined today or Friday, so those guys you can go to the videos, one or two videos, video class 1, class 2. There we explained about how to give the environment variables to the JDK software. You can go through that and then you can get the clarity on it. Okay. Next one is we discussed about the JDK and JRE and JVM. This is also an interview perspective question. JDK contains a set of tools to develop the Java programs. And like we saw like where the all the tools are available. The tools are available JDK under the bin folder. We are giving the path up to bin, meaning we are telling to the command prompt. So there the tools are available there. So you can whenever you are giving the command, so command prompt it can go to call the compiler, and the compiler will execute our files. This is the Java program execution flow. Like we wrote one Java file, we converted a Java file into the byte class, and the JVM is the virtual machine. It will convert bytecode to machine language. Machine language in the format H0100 like that. Bytecode, this is intermediate language. This language cannot be understood by the human, cannot be understood by the machine. So this language only can able to understand only one person. That person is the JVM. JVM other language is the bytecode. This language will understand only one person. That is the JVM. Next, Java program structure. So package statement, import statement, class declaration, variables and methods. Package statement, every program package statement it should be the first line of the program. Next, import statement should be based on the requirement. You can take a number of import statements. Next, class declaration. Class is the blueprint, and this is the imagination. And inside the class you can declare the variables, and inside the method we can inside the class you can declare the variables and methods. So in the last session we wrote one program, and then we see how it compiled, and we saw like how we run the program. Next, after that we can go ahead with translators. In Java we have three types of translators: interpreter, compiler and assembler. So translators main purpose is they convert one format to another format, one format to other format. So interpreter, it will convert one format to another format, but it will convert line by line. It will if it will convert the line by line, then obviously the performance is very low. Meaning it will take too much time to compile a file, right? So that is the reason JDK people introduce the JIT, just in time. So compiler will convert a lines of program at a time. Next, assembler is the translator which is used to convert assembler programming language into machine language. Assembler language into machine language. Okay, next we discussed about the JVM. This is nowadays nobody is not using. This is the deprecated one. And JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. We cannot see with our eyes. So JVM will be the part of JRE, and JVM is responsible for the executing the program. And JVM will not will allocate the memory for required program execution and deallocate the memory when it is not used. JVM will convert bytecode into machine language, meaning JVM mother language is the bytecode. So this is the architecture. In the last session, in the second class, we saw about JVM architecture. Source files and byte. Dart class loader is the uh, component which is available in the JVM architecture, and it will load Dart class files into the JVM. It will load Dart class files into the JVM. Next, after that, we have the memory sections like method area, heap area, Java stack, PC register, and native stack. Method area, which is used to store the like class code. Class code is available in the method area. Next, we will create the objects for the methods classes. We will create the object for the classes. The objects will be stored in the heap area. Next, Java stacks. Java stack, um, here lines in the class, obviously there are multiple methods execution information available in the Java stack. Next, PC register meaning. So there are in class, like which line is executing next, which line to be the execute the next, which line is executed currently. Lines execution information available in the PC register. Lines execution information will be available in the PC register. Next, native stack. Native stack meaning non-related Java. Non-related Java. So non-related Java. So we can by using JDK software, you can run C++ also. So if you write any C++ code, that code will be stored in the native stack. That code will be stored in the native stack. And next we have the execution engine. And execution engine, where we have the two translators. One is the interpreter and second one is the JIT. And interpreter, what it will do? If you go with the only interpreter, it will increase the, it will execute the, it will translate the line by line. If you go with the only interpreter, it will take a lot of time. It will take a lot of time. Okay, so for time being, the JDK people, they added the JIT also. Now interpreter and JDK, they both together translate the lines one by one. Now so that is the reason Java is the performance, like it will execute the all programs very less time. So performance is high performance. This is the native interface, native libraries, and there we have the some native meaning C++ libraries also. If you can include, and then with the help of native interface, you can execute those programs as well. Native interface is a mediator which will act as a load the native libraries into the execution engine by using native interface. Native interface. So that we discussed in the chapter 1. In the chapter 2, these are the topics we have. Variables and variables, data types, identifier and rules, reserved words, Java coding standards, Java comments, and reading the data from the keyboard. Reading the data from the keyboard. Reading the data from the keyboard. Okay, so generally, variables. Variables are used to store the data during the program execution. Okay, variables are the container which is used to store the values. And we need to specify the type of variable to store the data. We need to store the type of variable. We need to specify type of variable to store the data. And next point is to specify the type of data. We will use the data types. So this is the syntax for to declare the variable in Java. We can use the following syntax. This is the syntax. Data type and variable name. We need to specify the type of variable to store the data, and to specify the type of data, we will use the data types. We will use the data types. Okay, so data types meaning data types are used to specify the type of data. Specify the type of data. Data types are divided into two types. One is the primitive data types, and second one is the non-primitive data types. Primitive data types, again, it is categorized into four groups. One is the number type, decimal type, and character type, and boolean type. Boolean type. A byte, short, int, long. So all the data types purpose is to store the numbers only, but only the difference is the size. Only the difference is the size. Okay, it has some capacity. Only size is the different. Purpose is the same. Next, go with the decimal. Decimal have the two data types. One is the float and double. Float and double, they both are decimal. I would say they both are decimal to store the decimal values. Next, character type. The type is the char. Next one is the Boolean type. It will we can tell which is true or false. Next, reference data types. A reference data type generally we have three, I would say, arrays, string, and class. With the help of these primitive data types, you can able to store single values, only single values. So in the last session, we saw like default values are also very important. In the intro perspective, compulsory they will ask the default value. Default value for the byte, short, int, long. So these four default values is the zero, and the capacity is this one is minus 128 to 127, and short size is minus 32k to 32k, and yeah, with respect to int, this is the size, and with respect to long, this is the size, this is the size, this is the size. Okay, next with respect to floating data types, here also first they will ask the question, what is the default values for the float and default value for the double. Default value for the float is 0.0f, and default value for the double is 0.0d, 0.0d, and the capacity is, this is the 4 bytes and this is the 8 bytes. This is the 4 bytes and this is the 8 bytes. 8 bytes. This is the 4 bytes and this is the 8 bytes. 8 bytes. Next, char data type. So with the help of char data type, you can store only single character. Character data type is used to store the single character, that might be the alphabet, digit, special character, anything you can store. Anything you can store. Char data type will occupy 2 bytes of memory. 2 bytes of memory. Okay. Next, Boolean data type. It is used to store the true or false values. It will occupy a bit, and note 8 bits equal to 1 byte. Next, variables are used to store the data or value, and to store the data into variable, we need to specify the data type. To store the data into variable, we need to perform two steps. What are the two steps? One is the variable declaration, and second one is the variable initialization. Variable declaration meaning, so defining variable with the data type, So for example, here I will show you. Normally, for example, the data type, for example, if I mention the data type integer and the variable name, if I mention like this, this is the variable declaration, meaning the type of variable I am defining here only, meaning this can hold only integer values. This variable can hold only integer values. This variable can hold only integer values. Only integer values. Okay, so defining variable with a data type is called variable declaration. Next, variable initialization. So we are passing some value into the, for example, here I am taking some value is 10, and this value I am assigning to this variable. This variable. So this assignment is called variable initialization. Variable initialization. Variable initialization. Variable initialization. Variable initialization. So if you see here, 20 20 value I am assigning to the age variable. The data type is the byte. The data type is the byte. The data type is the byte. So in the last two sessions we discussed so far, so up to now. Okay, today we'll go with the identifiers. So what does it mean by identifiers, and what is the purpose of identifiers? We'll go ahead with the identifiers. So generally, what does it mean by identifiers? Meaning all Java class components, all Java components. So if you can see here, All Java components required names. Required names. The name used for classes, methods, interfaces, and variables. Variables are called identifiers. So in Java program, so all the we can say Java components and the all Java components require the names. The names used for the class, methods, variables, and identifier. I would say variables, methods, and classes and interfaces. So whenever you are giving the namings for whenever you are giving the names for classes, methods, and interfaces, you need to follow some standards. Some rules you should follow. Some rules you should follow. What are the rules? What are the rules we should follow? The first rule is the first rule is only allowed characters in the Java. So in Java, whenever you are giving the naming conventions, the names should be these characters only. Either A to Z characters, I mean lowercase, and you can take uppercase, you can take 0 to 9, and special characters it can allow only these two. Special characters allowed only these two. Special characters allowed only these two. These are the some of the combinations. Like I will show you, for example, where like a variable name or any name. For example, if I mention like this, phone bill, phone bill. If I mention like this is valid, and if I mention like this, phone bill at the rate bill, this is not valid. Why? Because at the rate is not allowed. At the rate is not allowed. And if I mention the phone bill like this, this is valid. Valid. This underscore is the allowed character. Allowed one. Allowed one. Okay. So like that there are a few of the valid combinations. Name valid. This is invalid. And as hash is also invalid. Why? Because as is not allowed. Only you should give the naming convention uh, with the help of these only. With the help of these only. Next one is rule number 2 is identifiers should not start with the digit. Identifiers should not start with the digit. Should not be start with the digit. So the naming conventions, this is the phone bill, right? The phone bill. So at the time of giving the naming convention, you should not start with the digit. Like for phone number, like that, phone bill. So the starting you should not give like this, but you can give like this. If you mention like this is invalid. This one is invalid. But if you write like this, phone 2, this is valid. But the name cannot start with the digit. You can write like this is valid. This is valid, but above combination is not valid. This is not valid. Meaning any identifier cannot start with a number. It cannot start with a digit. Cannot start with a digit. Cannot start with digit. That is the rule number 2. Next, you can write like this also. This is also valid. Meaning underscore one bill. You can write like this. That is also valid. This is the I would say dollar and hyphen amount. You can write like this. These are the combinations. Valid, and this is also valid, and this is also valid, and at the rate name is this is invalid. Why? Because at the rate is not allowed. Next, uh, dollar dollar hyphen. This is also valid combination, and underscore one bill. This is also valid combination. This is also valid combination. Next, rule number 3. So in Java we have some predefined keywords. So Java reserves cannot be used as the identifiers. Cannot be used as the identifiers. So in Java, there are total 53 reserved words will be there. So at the time of giving the naming conventions for the naming conventions, we cannot start with reserved words. Meaning, if you see here, int also one predefined data type. I would say predefined word. If I mention like this int 10, if you mention the variable name as the predefined word, this is invalid. This is already predefined one, meaning this already it is having some predefined functionality, and for that again you are assigning the value. So make sure at the time of giving the naming conventions for components, make sure you cannot give reserved words as the class name, reserved words as the identifiers, reserved words as the identifiers. Like for is the one there are multiple keywords will be there. So for example, if I mention like this for equal to, if I mention some triple line like that, this is invalid combination. This is invalid combination. This is invalid combination. This is invalid combination. Invalid combination. So the thing is, predefined keywords you cannot use as the identifiers. Predefined keywords you cannot use as the identifiers. You cannot use as the identifiers. So if you see, these all are the invalid combinations. So because byte is the predefined word, for is the predefined word, try is the predefined word. So you should be like write like this, long phone number equal to like this. This is valid combination. This is valid combination. Next rule number 4, spaces are not allowed in the identifiers. So whenever you are giving naming convention for the class names, next method names, and identifiers, any name, if you want to give the any name, so make sure you should not give the spaces. Should not give the spaces. For example, if I take the public class and I can mention like for demo phone bill. This is the class name, right? This is the class name. So if you want to specifically, if you want to mention, if you write like this is invalid. This is wrong. Okay. This is also valid. Phone bill. So the identifiers, we can mention like if I take the variable name, I would say long phone bill, phone bill. Here you can mention like underscore. She generally some 400 like that. This is valid. This is valid one. So spaces are not allowed. If you give the spaces are not allowed. So make sure whenever you are giving the naming convention for the identifiers, make sure spaces are not allowed. Next, fifth rule is identifiers in Java. Java identifiers in Java are case sensitive. Case sensitive meaning, so everything is matters. Everything is matters. For example, like if you mention this is the demo, and if I write this is the demo. If I write like this, so this demo has the different perspective, and this demo has the different perspective. Okay, so make sure capitalization and everything is matters. Everything is matters. So this is has one meaning. This will be treated as the variable, and this will be treated as the I would say class. Normally everything is matters whenever you are giving the I would say naming conventions. So in Java identifiers in Java are the case sensitive. Case sensitive. Okay. Case sensitive. Next thing is I would say these are the total 5 rules. What are the 5 rules? Identifiers, total 5 rules. First rule is in Java we cannot start with 0. In Java identifiers cannot start with 0. Cannot start with the digits. Cannot start with digits. Next rule is in while giving the identifiers, while writing the identifiers, spaces are not allowed. Identifiers, spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not allowed. Next one is spaces are not allowed. Next point is so these are the only allowed characters and should not start with the digits, and reserved words we cannot use the reserved words, and the next spaces are not allowed, and Java is the case sensitive. Java is the case sensitive. We cannot use predefined words. Predefined words. And the next point is Java is case sensitive. Java is case sensitive. So these are the points you should remember in case of identifiers. These are the points you should remember in case of identifiers. Okay, next Java keywords. Java keywords meaning, so Java is ours, meaning our company language or some others company language. Java is some others company language. So in that there are the JDK team, they provided to us some predefined keywords. Predefined keywords meaning already the each keyword has some functionality. Each keyword has some meaning. Each keyword has some functionality. At the time of giving the naming conventions for at the time of giving the naming conventions for Java identifiers, we cannot use the predefined words. So what are the predefined words generally? So total reserved words, predefined words is divided into two categories. One is the keywords and second one is the residual literals. Residual literals. Again, keywords is divided into two types: user keywords and unused keywords. Unused keywords. User keywords meaning daily we will use while writing the programs. Daily we will use the user keywords. Unused keywords mean these are the two words. Meaning if you use these two words, so you are facing so many issues. So that is the reason these two in the programmatically we want to use. So these are the user keywords. So what are the user keywords? This is the list. This is the list. Under the data types, byte, short, char, int, long, float, double and boolean. Double and boolean. Next, flow control keywords. Flow control keywords: if, else, do, while, and next for switch, case, default, break, continue, and return. These are the keywords with respect to flow control statement. So actually, like this is the one topic. So each one has that going forward. I would say this is the one topic. This is the one topic. This is the one topic. So based on the topics, will be going forward. We'll get the all the keywords and all. Next, modifiers. Modifiers like public, private, protected, static, final, abstract, synchronized, strict FP, next native, transient, volatile. These are the keywords comes under the access modifiers. Next, exceptions. In the exceptions, we have the keywords like try, catch, finally, and next throw, throws, asset. These are the keywords. These are the keywords. So what is the purpose of each keyword? So going forward, so with respect to that topics, we will learn. Next, class related keywords. Class related keywords are like package, import, class, interface, interface, extends, and implements. These are class related keywords. These all class related keywords. Next, object related keywords. Super. Next, this new instance of, these are the keywords with respect to object related. And next we have the a few more keywords like void, enum, true, false, null, and these are the unused keywords. So these are the keywords, so you have to by heart these keywords by heart or going forward. So we will when you cover these topics, so you automatically can get the clarity on like which is predefined keyword and which is not predefined keyword. So as of now we have to uh, by heart one or two times these keywords. These are the keywords. Predefined keywords meaning, so generally the keywords are already predefined. The keywords have its own meaning. The keywords has its own meaning. Next one is we have the naming, Java coding naming conventions. So whenever the some of them they are completely coming from some humanity and uh, so they are literally confusing how give the naming conventions. The naming convention, they literally they are confusing at that giving at the time of giving the naming conventions. At the time of giving the naming conventions. Okay, fine. So the naming conventions at the time of naming conventions should follow the few of the rules. So we'll see with respect to class and we'll see uh, with respect to class and with respect to variable and with respect to interface. We will see one by one. We'll see one by one. Okay, so now coding standards for the class. So class name, the things, what are the things you should follow while giving the naming conventions? The first thing is class name can contain number of words without spaces. Okay, the class name can contain number of words without spaces. Next one is like uh, recommended to write every word first character is uppercase. For example, we are saying with respect to class name the first point is the class name can contain number of words and recommended to write first character should be in the uppercase. For example, demo, the class, how the syntax it should be. The syntax it should be like this. The syntax it should be like this. I would say public class demo. This is the scope of the class, and this is the scope of the class. And here we can mention this is the demo. And for example, if you want to mention if the class name can contain number of words, you can mention like this: test demo, test demo. So recommended to write every word first character should be in the uppercase. Every word first character should be in the uppercase. Can contain number of words. Can contain a number of words. And next point is can contain number of words. And next point is recommended to write. Recommended to write every word first character should be in the every word first character should be in the uppercase. First character should be in uppercase. This is the recommended naming. This is the recommended approach. This is the recommended approach. Next one. This is with respect to class and with respect to interface. Interface. So interface is also same. Whatever the rules we followed with respect to class, the same rules for the interface as well. Interface can contain number of words and recommended to write every word first character should be the uppercase. Uppercase. The syntax for interface is you can mention the interface keyword, and the name should be like this: interface test demo, and this is the naming convention for the this one. This is the naming convention for the this one. Next one is, guys, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. On call is coming. 1 minute. Yeah, sorry, guys. Okay, this is with respect to interface. Next, with respect to variables. This with respect to variables. So here variables. Okay, with respect to variables. So here also the first point is common for all. So here also it can contain number of words. The first point is the same. I can copy from here and then I can mention here. It can contain number of words. Recommended to write every word. First character should be in lowercase. And the second word onwards. And the second word onwards. Second word onwards. First character should be in the uppercase. First character should be in uppercase. So this is the we should follow while giving the variables. So how we can write generally? How we can write? For example, if I mention integer type variable like phone bill. For example, if I mention phone bill, you can write like this. This is valid. You can write like this, like phone bill, like some 200. And if you want to mention like long account number, account number. This is actually the naming convention you have to give. You have to follow like this. You have to follow like this. Next one is methods. Methods naming conventions. How you can give the method naming conventions? The same. Whatever the standards you followed with respect to variables, the same standards you can follow with respect to methods as well. Methods as well. Only the difference is methods contain parentheses and variables does not contain the parentheses. For example, public void m1 is the method and this is the scope of the method. You can see here the standards. For example, here I want to some message uh, like print void print data method, printed data. Now you can see printed data is the method, and how I give the naming convention for the printed data. Print is the one word and data is the one word. If the method name can contain number of words, first word all characters should be in the lowercase. Second word onwards, first character should be in the uppercase. Uppercase. And next, public void. If I mention printed data message, and now you can see here how I followed the naming conventions. Print is the one word and data is the one word. Now it is having total 3 words. Printed data message and then printed data message and all. So generally, we have to follow the naming conventions. Only the difference between the variable and the method is parenthesis. If you mention the parenthesis, then that is the method. If you not mention the parenthesis, then that is the variable. Then that is the variable. Okay, then that is the narrow variable. Next we have the constant values. Some constant values. Constant values also, it can contain number of words and recommended to write all characters should be in the uppercase. Recommended recommended to write all characters should be in uppercase. All characters should be in uppercase. Should be in uppercase. This is the with respect to constants. Next we have the packages also. Packages also. These are the naming conventions. Naming conventions with respect to variables. Variables name can contain number of words without spaces and recommended to start a variable name with the lowercase. And if the variable contain number of multiple words, then recommended to write first word all characters in lowercase, and from second word onwards every word first character in the uppercase. This is the like age. This is the syntax in the age and in the username and the next long credit card number, like that. Next naming conventions for the naming conventions for methods. Method names can contain number of words without spaces. Recommended to start a method name with a lowercase, and if the method name can contain multiple words, then recommended to write first word all characters in the lowercase, and from second word onwards every word first character in uppercase. That should be like this. Here you can see the note point. Variables and method naming conventions are the same, but methods will have the parenthesis and variables will not have the parenthesis. That is the only difference. Next, coding conventions for the constants. Constants meaning fixed values. Value will not be changed, it is fixed. Next point is recommended to write constant variable all characters in uppercase. All characters in uppercase. If the constant contains multiple words, recommended to use underscore with all are uppercase. This is the standards you should follow. This is the standards you should follow. Next thing is coding conventions for the packages. Coding conventions for the packages. So packages name can have number of characters and a number of words, and recommended to use only lowercase letter in package names. In package names. Also, like Java is the some others company language, right? For example, if you go to the shopping mall or some any electronic device shop, like if you purchase a AC, along with AC, they will provide some user manual as well. Like in that, they will provide the guidance how you can use the AC, how you can clean the AC. Like that, they will provide some instructions and all. Similarly, Java is also some others company language, meaning Java language is developed by the team. They are also given to us one user manual. So where you can see that user manual, that we can see by using the document, that is Java SC8 document. This is the document. So in that you can see this is the document. However, they gave the naming conventions for the all predefined cargoes. So anyone like whoever is working, so they compulsory they should come, they should follow the naming conventions and all according to standards like this. Like you can see these are all the packages how they, you can see all packages how they are give the naming conventions for all. So similarly here also the according to the standard recommended to use only lowercase letters in the package names, and if the package name contains multiple words, then we will use the dot to separate the words. Dot to separate the words. So this is all about Java naming conventions. with respect to class, with respect to interface, with respect to variables, with respect to methods, with respect to constants, and with respect to packages. Packages. Next, Java comments. So in Java, we have three types of comments. Commented code meaning, so that code will not participate in the compilation. That will not participate in the compilation and execution. Compilation and execution. Okay, Java compiler will skip the commented lines. We will skip the commented lines. So generally we have the two types of comments, three types of comments actually: single line comments, multi-line comments, and documents comments. Documents comments. Single line comment meaning you can able to comment a single line. Multi-line comment meaning you can able to comment the multiple lines. And third one is the documentation comments. So you can comment the documentation documents like this. You can comment the documentation comments like this. These are the three types of commands: single line command, multi-line command, and next third one is documentation comments. Documentation comments. Okay, next generally string is the data type which is used to store the a group of characters. For example, here if I go with now I want to store the like some group of characters. If I want to store, if I go with the only this one, meaning char name equal to, here I can able to store only single character. But if I want to store my group of characters, then we have the data type that is the string. With the help of string, you can store the a group of characters. Group of characters. Like this, you can store a group of characters like this. You can store a group of characters like this. You can store a group of class. So generally, string have two siblings. So about the string, there we have the separate session. So as of now, this is the basic level, meaning what is string, what is the purpose of string. So going forward, before oops, we have the string topic. So there we can discuss string manipulations and what is string and what is the string builder, string buffer. So those are all the things we'll discuss at the time of. So here only the string is the predefined class and which is used to store the group of characters. Which is used to store the group of characters. These are the some examples like string name and I would say these are the some examples. These are the some examples. Next thing is read the data from the keyboard. Read the data from the keyboard. Data from the keyboard. So we can read the data from the keyboard in three ways. We can read the keyboard from the keyboard in three ways. First one is the scanner class, and the second one is I would say buffered reader, buffered reader, and third one is third one is command line arguments. Command line arguments. These are the three ways you can read the data from the keyboard. Command line arguments. Command line. So scanner is the predefined class. Scanner is the predefined class. So that I will show you the predefined classes and all. You can go with the document. That is Java SC document. Java SC document. String is the class which is available java.lang package, and then where we have java.scanner class which is available in java.io package. Stream token, string java.go to check java.tree package which is available in java.tree package. Click on the scan class, so you will get the complete information about the scan class. So scanner is the class, and which extend the object. I would say object is the parent class for all the Java classes, and it implements the iterator interface and closable interface. Iterator interface and closable interface. Now this is the program about the scan class. This is the program about the scan class. This is the program about. Now we can take the we can write the program, which is generally I will go and write a program which is scanner class. Go to any file. Now here I would like to mention demo.java. I'll use the same class. Now I will go here, and then so this is the scope of class. This already you know like how to write and all. I will write one more time and then I will show you. The first thing is I would say public class and demo, and from here to here this is the scope of the class, and inside the class you should take a public void main method, and then in that you can mention string aux, and next scanner class is the predefined class. If I want to use the scanner class, so mandatory you should create the object. With the help of object we are making the relation between normal Java class to predefined class. So how you can create the object? So scanner sc, the class name is sc equal to new scanner. The variable names you can mention anything. Scanner class, and then this scanner class has the methods. Like if I want to read the values, if I want to read the methods, so these are the methods which are available here. So if you mention an extend method, it will take as the integer values. If you want to double, we can mention as the double. Now I will go with the next int method, next int method, next int method, and that int method I am storing in one reference variable, that is a, and this variable data type is the int. This variable data type is the int. This is with respect to int, and I will do with respect to I am taking the data, that data I am storing in b, and the same next int, and then so I'm reading the values, that values I'm storing in one reference variable, meaning int sum equal to a plus b, a plus b, and then here I would like to mention, so here I will like to mention like system.out.println. Here I will mention read the data, read the a value from keyboard, enter a value, enter a value. Next similarly copy this line and paste here, and you can mention here enter b value, and here you can take this sort statement, and then here you can mention this is the concatenation. String plus variable is called concatenation sum. So here I will mention the addition of two numbers. The addition of two numbers. Okay, this is the concatenation I am doing, and then I'm save the file. And this is the predefined class which is coming from java.util package, right? Then you can import the package. That is, you can mention import statement and java.util dot star meaning you can able to access all the classes which are available in the util package. Now I am saving this one, and I will go to the here. Now here I can come I will open the command prompt. Java c demo dot java, and scanner class s equal to, here you should mention we are taking into the system, you should mention system.in, and then save. Now can go ahead with the, now again I can open my command prompt. I can say java c demo dot java. Now you can see, yeah, java program has compiled. Java and demo main method is not a static, so somewhere we made the mistake. Static, publish static void main. This is the mandatory, you should write the main method like this only. Okay, now you can take java c demo dot java, and then yeah, now enter a value. I am entering a value as some 40, and enter b value as some 50. So can get the addition of two numbers is 90. So like that you can do with respect to all the methods like float, int, like that. Okay, so today what you guys we can do, we can go ahead with the scanner class, and this is the document. The document URL I will share in the group. You can go through the document and you can go with the scanner class. You can understand, and then you can write the program on the scanner class. Addition of two numbers, multiplication of two numbers, addition, multiplication, division, subtraction. So these four you can do by using scanner class, and then you can take a screenshot of it and you can share